So first of all, good afternoon, good morning, everyone. To those who are attending Global Power Platform Bengaluru, huge, great event today filled with great topics in Power Platform, be it Power BI, Power Virtual Agent, Power Apps. So please stay tuned and till the end of the day. So there are more good sessions coming along. Mainly, just for the today's session, what I will be focusing on, it is not from any security standpoint or not from the compliance standpoint. It will be purely implementation on how we can leverage dataverse, like how we can create dataverse tables, including where different types of different data types of columns, be it text, date, currency, or lookup column or choice column. We will look into the session itself. I don't have any slides for it. We will directly create throughout the session. Along with that, we will also look into how you can use those that data was stable and use it in your Power App. Apart from that, the second part of the session is majorly focused on creating a form processing AI builder model and how you can use that into your Power Apps and Power Automate. So please stay tuned and don't miss out. So yes, this is exact agenda which I have put it down, and we will go exactly in the similar manner. We will create a data was table. We'll create the columns. We look into how you can create a lookup column, as I mentioned, and you can also add your records, be it in the form of right from your Dataverse portal or from your Excel. Also, we will integrate it with Power App, and with Power App, as you might know, that Power Apps has different types of screens, be it browse, gallery, edit, form page, or details form page. We'll look into this. It's fine if you don't know right now, but yes, this is the agenda planned. So let me just quickly, and yeah, I don't have any slides. So let me just quickly go to my screen. And yes, so majorly coming to the first part of the session, which is data hours. So what you have to do is you just have to go to your make.powerapps.com. And when you come to the Power Apps portal, this is what you will see here on the screen. And right now, what I am majorly focusing on is I want to create a table. Okay, so let's just quickly, I'll brief you up with the example for the today's scenario. I want to create an expense table and sort of expense details table. What I will be doing is I in that table I want justification for that expense, which will be a text, date of that expense, which will be a date type column, amount, be it currency, text, anything you can take up, and the other thing will be sort of consider any of the lookup field, considering a choice field, which will be a category type of like expense category will be a choice type. So this is a one table. So let's just look into start creating it. So when I come to Power Apps portal, you see data awards as an option here in Power Apps. And you can only see this data awards option into your Power Apps. Okay. And now just let me go to tables. One more thing to note down, if I go to Power Automate Flow, I can see data. I don't see data awards definitely, but if I click on tables, it will definitely redirect me to this screen itself, which is Power Apps portal. So just keep this in mind. I'll come to this tables. I'll create a new table. So now let's just create a GPPB demo expense details table. And whenever you're creating a table, so basically in Dataverse, you also have an option that you'll have to feed the primary name column as well. So I will just say title will be my primary column, and there are a couple of more settings, like you can give description to your table, and you can have more create updation settings, and also an offline mode accessibility. But right now I'll keep it very simple. I'll create quickly create a table. Now you can see my table has been processed, and it is in processing state, and this is the primary column which I want to create. It will just take few seconds and it will pull up all the out of the box columns as well. Yep. So here is my table. How quickly I can create a table is this is really cool. And right now you just scroll down and you can see this title primary name column is also created because we feed the name as title. Now, as I mentioned, I want to create few data types of columns as well. So for this table, I will create and go ahead a column, say justification for expenses. So this is sort of a description, and I want definitely as a text. I don't want as a required field. If you want, you can give it as required. And other description, I will quickly create. I will create another column type, which will be date of expense. And right now, so yeah, this is the interesting part here. Whenever you are creating a column, you can see different types of data types here. Just yeah. So these are all the different type of data types which which you can use for your column creation. I will go ahead and take it only date only for today's scenario. I'll quickly create date type of column. Apart from we are done with text, we are done with date. Let me just go and have expense amount, and I'll pull up currency. Yep, I can see it. I'll create, and the last column which will be expense category. And yeah, this will be a choice type column. So you just want a users to choose where did they spend their expenses. So when I create a choice type of column, I have the option to select out of the box choices, be it yes or no or any activity type, but I want my customized choices. So I'll quickly feed in few of the choices, won't take much time. Let me just quickly pull up uh, vehicle expense, any sort of expenses you can add. And education or training, and I'll just give an other expense as an option. Guess this is good for now. And when you save these choices, you will be redirected to your column field again. And what it will ask you is if you want to feed any of the default values for expenses. So you can definitely go ahead and choose other expense, but I don't want any of the default value to be selected because these are the expenses which would be filled by the user, and I don't want any default to be selected. And I don't want it as a required field as well. So I'll quickly go ahead and click as done. So right now, as you can see, this table has 4 custom columns, correct, which we just created. Um, the important thing is once you create your columns, you just have to save this table as well. And once this table is saved, you can just add your records, or you can play with this data was table from your Power Apps as well. So we'll just quickly move into that part. Yep. Okay. So now, as you can see from the table section, I have all these columns created, uh, custom columns and all the standard columns which Dataverse provides out of the box as well. Now, our intention is how should I add the data to this table, right? So definitely we will add data using Power App as well. But if you want data if you want to add the data right inside your Dataverse, then you just have to navigate to your data section. You can add records, right? So when I click on add record section, I will be seeing a sample form. Uh, quickly. Oops, why? Yeah, it just synced. Just give me a minute. So right now what we are looking at, adding data to your Dataverse section, Dataverse table, which we just now created. Now you will be confused that, yeah, I have so many columns, but why it is just asking me to add title? Where are the other columns? Where would I add those data? And where can I add that? So this is the sample, this is the default form which Microsoft provides. If you want to customize your form, if you want to pull up those columns into your form as well, then let's just come to our this screen again. In the table screen, we'll go to forms, and as you can see, the default form is this quick view form. Yep. And you should see, yes, so we were seeing this to exact thing into our previous section. So now I will quickly add few of my fields. So I want justification, expense category, expense amount, and date of expense also to be visible, correct? And now I'll go ahead and save this form. And don't forget to publish it. Otherwise, you won't be able to see these changes. Done. Now let's come back to our form again. And now when I add record, I should, oh, why don't I see it? Did I edit it some other form? This is the one which is there. Just give me a second. I'll quickly add as well. Let me just add it in the main form. I guess I pick up the wrong form. Date of expense, currency, expense category, expense amount, save and publish. So right now what we are looking at is we will just quickly add data right from Dataverse, and we will also look into how you can add data using Excel and Power Apps. So we'll explore all the three options which are available, which Microsoft provides. So just quickly go ahead and I will check if it is published. Yeah, it is. Now I should be able to add data. And when I pull up the screen, please, yep, I can see it. And I'll quickly add some quick title, lunch. I ordered some lunch. My date of expense is today's date. It's fine for me right now. This is the default. I'll choose meals and entertainment and some 450 INR. Just save. Yeah, my record is quickly saved. And now when I refresh the data, I should have a copy here. Right now you'll be only seeing this because the view is not it chose the active view, and I can see all the details fed here. This is how quickly you can create a table, you can add the records. But basically the data is not so less, right? So you can't go ahead and add data manually like this. So what other option you have is you can get your data using Excel file as well, or you can edit directly into your Excel file. So for that, what you have to do is you just have to go select edit in Excel, and you will see this option. You connect it with your account, sign in with your connection account, and you can edit. Let me just quickly sign in. Yep, it's there. Uh, It might take some time, but yeah, you just have to edit your records and it will give you an option to publish directly right from this pane, because this is an Excel add-in option. So you can do that as well. Or else if you have this Excel file, if you have all the data here, you can also pull up from get data from Excel option. And this is also very easy to use. You just have to upload your Excel file. So this is how you can do it. Yeah, this is how you can upload your Excel file. You can, and then it will pull all the data into your data was table. We have created a table. Now next, what next, right? So let's just go to Power Apps. Let's just go to home screen, and I'll create a Power App using this Dataverse table. So let's just pull up this option, and I will just quickly give my connection name, and I will choose this one, which I just now created, the table. And now what at the back end it is doing is it is just connecting the data was table to the Power App with few of the screens. It just creates on its own. I don't have to create any gallery view, neither any form page, but I can definitely go ahead and modify it. That is what Power Apps is, right? And just see the beauty of this application. I have three screens ready. First is browse screen, second is detail screen, and third is edit screen. Let's just quickly play this app and see what exactly here you can see in the application. So this is my browse gallery view, wherein I already added one data, right? So it is showing this data, but if you see, it is only showing few of the fields. We'll edit that as well. And if I go to detail section, this is showing me the details as well. And I can also go ahead and add new data, which is sort of an expense right now, into my Power App. Let's just edit this application a bit. I'll go to my gallery. As you can see, this option, I don't want these details right now. I want few more details to be shown. So I'll just change the layout. And once I change the layout, I want to edit the fields. So for the title, I want to show as exact title. I'm fine with it. I want to show the justification as in subtitle, and I want to show some category. Yeah. So yeah, I can also go ahead and select date. I'm not sure why justification is not picking up, but you can go ahead and add this. After updating your browse gallery view, you go ahead and update your details screen view as well. So I'll quickly pull up all the details I don't want created on. I will pull up all my fields. So I already have title. I want date of expense. I want expense amount. I want expense category and justification also to be shown. And as you can see, I already can see the details of the first entry. Similarly, for the edit screen, you just select the edit form, edit the fields, just like how we did it for details form. Remove unnecessary fields and add the fields which you want to add, like the necessary fields. Date of expense, expense amount, expense category, justification, and done. Woohoo. So yeah, let's just come to the browse screen and quickly play the application. Now, when I go ahead and view the details, I can see all the details of that expense. Also, I can add another new expense. So let's just quickly create Udemy course. I just did for probably say PL 900, and I did it somewhere around Feb 4, just fine with the expense amount. Right now, this expense it is taking in the logged in expense location. So it is taking Singapore dollar right now. But yeah, you can definitely change that. I will just select education and training, education and certification was my justification. And now see, our entry has already been created and you can just see all the details done. So this is how easily um, we just saw one part of table, which is I can add all the data types, but we are yet to look into how you can go ahead and create lookup type of columns. So we will come to that after just shortly completing this. So right now, this application was created for you by default when you just went ahead and created, selected data as an option. All the formulas has been already written here, so you don't have to worry, but you can definitely modify this way further. This is just a simple way of creating a power app. I don't have much time to explain each and every formula right now because I have many things to show. So I'll quickly go ahead and pick up the next topic, which is creating a lookup type of column and how relational tables can be relational. Okay, so right now we just saw that we created, let me just go to my this table, GPPB. Yeah, so this was a one table created, right? So there was no another table which was related to this table for of now. Okay. And now what I want to do is I want to relate to tables. So I will quickly go ahead and create one more option, one more table. I will create. So now just to brief you up, now what we will do is we will create two tables. Okay. One is seller and one is device manufacturer. So device manufacturer already has couple of data. So device manufacturer will be sort of say any of the devices like laptop devices by Dell or HP or Lenovo or Asus. So that data is already created. Now I want to use that device manufacturer data as a lookup into my sellers table. How you will do it? Let's just quickly see. Let's just create GPPP seller table. And I will quickly give any title as my primary column right now. and this will quickly give me create a table for me. My main intention is I want to create a lookup column. So for that, I will have to create another table as well, correct? So I already have that table ready with me because I had to give some data beforehand. So as you can see in my, so this is a seller table created with all this data. And let me just pick, pull up all the data. Yeah. So this is all the data created for the sellers option. And as you can see, the title and the device manufacturer is pulling up. This is a lookup column. Okay. Now let me just go to the devices table, which I have created already. Okay. I forgot to see device. Oh, sorry. I would have given a different name, which is inventory. Yeah. So this is my inventory table, wherein if you go ahead and see, there are two data already been added. Okay. And now, okay, just to avoid some confusion here, this inventory is a main table. Consider this as a main table, and this will look up from my sellers table. Okay. So this is an inventory table, and it has a lookup as well. So the lookup option for here, where it is, devices. Yeah. So devices is a lookup column. This is a lookup column and it is referring to my sellers table. So you can definitely see from here relationship with the sellers table. And if I want to show the relationship as well, so right now you go to that inventory table, you can check the relationship with, so this is a column and it is related to this table, right? You can quickly check from here and it is many to one relationship, right? Inventory with seller table is many to one relationship. Now, when I go to the sellers table and if I check the relationship here, it should have devices definitely. And here it should be one is to many relationship. Got it? So this is how lookup in the back side is multiple tables related to each other. This is how the relationship is maintained with the tables. Okay. So what I'll do is I'll quickly jump to the Power App so that you can understand it more correctly. Let me just go to the apps, and this is the app lookup data hours. So right now, if I go ahead and add some data, I'll quickly add notebook, just random name, okay? And devices is a lookup table. It should pull the data from that table. So right now, as you see, this is not a choice. This is a lookup type of column, and I can select any of the thing. I will just say MacBook, and I want Apple Mac, and I can save. Yeah, and if I go to MacBook, I should see devices as Apple Mac, which I selected from the lookup table. So it is exactly same what we did in while creating this first table. It is just that in this forms, you just have to give the fields as your lookup fields, not the choice field. Okay, so let's just see that as well and edit this page. Yep. So this is exactly similar. I have three screens: browse screen, detail screen, edit screen. I have kept it very simple. I just am pulling the title, which you can see. And this here, you can see these two tables have been connected, inventories and seller. And if you just go select this browse gallery, I can see that inventories table data, it is fetching from, right? And if I go and edit the field, you will see the title which which we already know, like the title of the inventory table. Now when I go to the different screen, which is edit screen, and I want, so right now you just edit this form and you can edit the field, and you can see here this devices. Let me just go ahead and remove this just to show you. So this devices is coming and it will always look out for sellers table. Okay. So this is not a choice type column, but yeah, when I just go ahead and see, this is how it is. It is showing me the data of the table. And similarly, in details screen, you just edit and add devices and title. This is how simple it is. It is definitely similar to other data type columns, but it is different in work in work state, I would say, because here two tables are related to each other, and there in one table you are playing with the data and columns. So this is how both lookup and other data types are different from each other. So let's just quickly. So here I have completed the first part. As you can see, we just created a data was table. We looked into different data type columns as well. Relational table is definitely comes with lookup, so that we explored just now. We also tried and added few of the data to it using Power Apps and itself from the form data was form as well, and we created a Power App. So completing to the first part, I hope you guys are fine with what I have just explained, the implementation. And coming to the interesting part in the second session, second part of the session, which is AI builder model. So here, just to create a base, what we are going to do is we'll create a form processing model. And this form processing is also linked with invoices, expense invoices. So carrying to that same topic, I have few of the expenses this expenses here with me, and I want to I want to extract some of the data from these expenses. Okay. uh, Also I'll create the model in this session, and we will create a Power App. We'll see how you can leverage Power App with AI builder model as well. So let's just without further talking, I'll quickly pull up my screen. I want to save. I will stay in this portal itself. I'm not going to redirect to any of the screens. So this is my Power App screen again. I'll go to AI Builder option. I'll create a model. So now what Microsoft provides is it provides few of the models which are custom models and few of the ones which are pre-built models. Okay. So just go to the explore section and see different types of models already created. So as you can see, invoice processing, this is a pre-built model. So you don't have to, you just have to give your invoices. So this is a pre-built model, and it always shows you few examples. So this is the example and the details it is fetching from this invoice. And you can go ahead and use a documentation and check out how you can use it in a Flow or Power App as well. This is similar to form processing. So what it is saying is invoice processing is created using a form processing custom model, but this is a pre-built model, which you can see here. Similarly, these all are pre-built models, and there are custom models as well. So you can go ahead and create custom model. So form processing with what we are going to look into is definitely a custom model. So let's just select form processing model and get started. Yep. So when I come to my form processing model screen, in the left side section, I see in few of the pointers like choose information to extract, add few of the documents, tag those documents, and train. Model summary is definitely a training your this model. So now choose information to extract means definitely the purpose of using AI builder model is you definitely want to extract some of the information, be it in any form, be it in the form of business cards, be it in the form of expense invoices, or any of the OCR files, right? So this is what it is asking. And it is asking me that it is giving me the option that how I want it in the form of if I want it as a field, or my data is in the form of a table or a checkbox field. So for today's session, sorry, let me just pull up one of the invoice. So this is how my invoice looks like. And as you can see, there are a couple of information about the seller or the address or it is whom it is billed to, and the information of the invoice with the total amount, and just assume it as a company symbol. Okay. This is a sample invoice I created. So definitely I want to I want the information. I want some of the information from this invoice. to be leveraged. So I'll go ahead and where is it? Yeah, I'll quickly add few of the fields. Okay, so just referencing this, I want invoice number, I want date of when it was spent, and whom it was billed to. Let's just keep it this simple. Okay, so I will extract date of expense. Okay, this is my one field. I want to add another field, which was whom it was billed to. I'm just right now giving any, you can just directly go give billed to as well, like whom it was billed to, whom the expense was charged. And now I would just want invoice number to verify whether it is a correct invoice. And I'm not right now extracting table because it will take more time and it will consume, it won't fit in this time frame, so I'm not going to do that. But I can just quickly give an heads up how you can do. You can just go and select a single page table, you can give your table a name, and you have to recreate exact same table here, and you just have to give the fields as just right now what we did is we are giving the fields for this invoice. So similarly, while you create, if you want to extract table data, you give some table XYZ name, and you can pull up the fields as well. And the fields be in the form of, it will be description, unit cost, quantity, and amount. So these are the four fields which will be in your table. Okay. So that way you can do it. Right now I'll keep it simple. I have these three fields. I want to go next. And a beautiful part about collections is, so let me just explain what collection means here. Right now, what you see here is this is one template format of a invoice, correct? And in my samples today, I have similar template for all the invoices. But there are many times there is no one particular template, right? You have many different type of templates, many different type of invoices. So how you can use that in one single model? What you have to do is you just have to create different collections for different type of templates. Just keep this in mind. So previously what used to happen is we used to create different type of models for different type of templates. Now you only have to create different type of collections for each different type of expense template or form template. So this is how beautiful this feature is. I only have one collection right now, and I will feed the data here. I will quickly add upload from my personal thing, and I have invoices, and I'll pull up only 5 files because it only needs 5 to 6 minimum files. You can read this same thing here, and I uploaded my sample data. Yep, it's done. After a collection is created, what I have to do is I have to go ahead and tag these documents. So by tagging, what I mean is I just have to tag this with the fields which I did give it in the first section. Okay. So you see these fields, correct? Now for my first form, I have to select, sorry, I just have to select this invoice number and tag it as invoice number. I have to tag this expense, and I have to tag this whom it was billed to. Now I have to do this for all the sample files. Okay, so let's just quickly do it. It will take a minute for me. So because I just want to show this how model is created live. I already have a one created, but I don't want to show the created one. So just it will take a minute for me to do it. Just please bear with this time. I will just select the data perfectly so that it trains my model correctly. I feel the same. Whom it was built to. You just have to make sure that you tag your uh, fields correctly with the data. So this using this sample data, your AI builder model will able to give the data for other type of invoices as well. So just make sure that you do it correctly. Done. So now I just tagged my documents. I fed. So just coming to this chronology, I give some fields to extract. I have that. I gave some sample data tagged through those documents. Now next what? I just have to train this model. And this training model, sometimes it can take more than few minutes, but whoa, it's done. Let me just go and check whether it is okay. It is in training state right now. And unless it is published, you can't use it in any of your power apps or power automate. So uh, we already have created this. Just I'll show this quick example here till that time. And here as well I was
Yeah,
extracting
Srishti,
some. Yes.
yeah, Srishti, this is Thermal here.
Yeah.
Are you still in the train page? The law in the wizard, the last thing, the model summary page. Uh, I think there is
In
some. S-
Okay, I'll reshare my
uh,
screen.
yeah, yeah, that will be great.
Thank you so much. Yeah, I'll reshare it again. Let
Yeah,
me
it
know.
is. Yeah,
Yeah.
now I we can see my expenses, money analysis, models page. Yeah, it is
mm,
fine now.
yeah. Oh, okay, cool. So this is the form processing model which we just now created, and for this model to train and publish, it will take. So this trained for this model to train, it will take some time, and once this model is trained, only then we can go ahead and publish it. Unless you publish your model, you won't be able to utilize this model into your Power App or Power Automate. So till and it will take some time for it to be converted into a trained state. So let's just go ahead and look the similar form processing model which I created, and we can quickly test that what exactly the data it extracts. And you may find that here I have given some more fields. So right now I have given this justification. So I just spent this expense for a painting workshop, and it was billed to Pratik, and it was when it was spent, it was on this date, and summary total of this amount, this expenses. So this has some different fields, but yeah, this model is exactly same, and it is quite good working. And if you can see the confidence score, it is 99% for each of the fields. So it is quite good. Okay. So let me just close this model. And because you see this model is published in published state, I see these options that I can use this model with Power Automate, with Power Apps as well. So let me just quickly go and create an app, sample demo app, wherein I'll use that model to extract the information. And uh, let's just, so if you are using AI Builder connector into a Power App, it is a premium connector. So premium connectors have a different pricing model. So you have to just, I have put some of the reference links. So I'll definitely share this with you guys as well. So you can go ahead and look into the licensing pricing as per your time convenience. So I'll quickly insert AI Builder form processor, and you can identify right from uh, here itself that, see, this is a premium component, and it just says that will need a AI builder license. So I'll use this my expenses, because the previous one just now which we created, it is not in the published state. Only this is in the published state. So as you can see, I just used form processor and attached it, connected it with my published model. So I have this screen ready. I can definitely drop in my invoices. Okay. And now you will ask how I can extract the data, how will I get the data? So I'll just quickly pull up a label, just uh, for you guys to have a brief idea that how you can use this in your scenarios as well. I want justification of my expense. and I will quickly create another label, and this will be the data which I'll get from my invoices, which I should get from my invoices, right? So this is my form processor. So what I'll do is I'll add a formula, form processor one. Now, what I will do is I want to get the results of this form processor. Okay. And which particular field result, I'll have to quickly select that and then value. Okay. So this is simple formula to get the value of any particular field, and something similar I will quickly do it for um, date. Let's just take it for expense amount. Just to should be fine for the demo right now. Amount, and I'll quickly have another one here, and this will be form processor one. Same, I want to get the results of my model, and now I want to have the amount and its value. Okay, cool. Now when I play this app, I will upload a receipt. Let's just say, and let's just wait for the magic to happen. So great. Right now, what you can do is, if I can zoom in a bit, not sure. Yeah, here I can do that. So as you can see, this we just pulled in few of the data, camp store. So because of the confidence score, you're not able to see the camp store name correctly. But for the amount, you can see $99. Why it is pulled 99? Oh, okay. This is a score. $31 uh, expense amount it has been generated. And let's just quickly verify whether it is correct or not. So this is the expense, and this was a cam store one. So this is how simple you can get the data uh, from your expenses from your form using AI Builder, and you can use it in many ways. This is just a small scenario. Something similar use case for Power Automate. So what I want is, there is a SharePoint site with me, and I have what I want to do is, whenever an invoice is dropped in this SharePoint site, I want this data to be filled automatically. Okay. And how I can do that, I will definitely do it using AI Builder model. So this is how we are extracting information from AI Builder model using Power Automate flow, and putting the data into my SharePoint list. Okay. So what I will do is, I'll go to my model. Oops, I have so many screens open. Let me just discard this. This was just for the demo. Okay. So now what you can do is, whenever you are associating your model within Power Automate flow, don't forget to create a solution. So what I did is, I created a form processing solution. And in that form processing solution, I created a new cloud flow. Okay. Sorry. Automation cloud flow. So this is the cloud flow already ready with me. So what I did is, a few three-step process. Uh, Let me just quickly edit this flow and show it to you what I did here. So what I did is exactly same thing what I explained it to you here. Whenever a document or an invoice will be dropped into this library, I will pick it up. I will predict. I will run a AI processing model over this file, and I will fetch the details and store it in here. Something same. So this exact similar thing we are doing it in here. I am picking up that file that I'm saying that I want. Whenever a file is created in this particular library, I'm getting the file metadata. So definitely I will need the file details, right? Unless I get the file, how would I run a model over it? So I'm just getting the file metadata using the path, and you just have to feed the site address, and you have to select the file path from the upper connector. So this is how you will be using file path. This one, using this connector, and now I'm just running this predict. This is also a connector, which is a AI builder connector. I am giving the model name, which model I want to run for over this document. I will want to run this model on this document, right? So this is the same thing I'm doing. I am just giving the details, and it is asking me what is the document, what will be your document type. So let me just quickly remove this. So as you can see, this back default placeholder data, what it is saying is I can give the document type is this number of it can be jpg, it can be png, pdf, or multiple type as well. Right now, because as you saw in the screen, I already had pdf file format only, so I just filled it with pdf. So I'll quickly go ahead and, sorry, application slash pdf, I'll pull it here. And which document I want to run this model to, I will just get the file content from the previous connector. So you just have to select the file content, and you can see this is from this previous connector. Okay. And I gave this, and I'm just updating the file properties with this thing. Now, updating file properties is what we want to do, right? We want to update these values once the model is run. So what, I'll just come to this justification for that particular item, for this particular file. I want to have these details. And now you can see the values of each of the fields. You just have to fill in the values here. And once you save this model and you run it, let's just go ahead and upload a file just to see whether the flow is working or not. And let's just go back. It already run. So this is how, oops, it is not of today. Let me just wait for a second. It will trigger the flow. So this is how we can use your AI builder model. You guys can use any of the AI builder model, not specific to form processing, but any of the model, and use it in your use case, be it using Power Automate or Power App, and extract the information and use your information in any particular way. So let's just go ahead and till the time that flow triggers. I'm not sure how much time does it take, but it is taking some time right now. So let me just go to this flow and see why it has not yet been triggered. Yeah, it is in running state. And till then, quickly, let's just look into our model state right now. What exactly the model, in which state exactly it is. I guess it should be done. Okay, so now you see this model is in trained state. You just go to your model, and what you have to do is you just have to publish your model. Once published, you can use it in Power Automate, Power Apps. Unless you won't be able to see this model option into your Power Apps suggestions or Power Automate suggestions. So this might take some time, and till then it should be done. So let's just see. Yes. So I have, and just see the invoice as well. Convenience store. Yes, definitely. 14T. Just quickly verify. So yeah, this is how you can use AI Builder model into your Power Apps, Power Automate, and how simply you can just create models as well. And now our model should be ready to use. So this is how we leveraged AI Builder model, and we just quickly saw it how you can use it in different ways. And similarly, we just also checked into Dataverse options and created tables as well. So let me just come back to my screen again, and it's almost done. So I hope you enjoyed this implementation, and definitely I'll quickly take up the questions if you have any. But don't forget to use as references, because I have similar blog created. You can, if you don't understand any particular point, and if you are confused how it should be done, what should be done, how you can create columns, tables, you didn't follow up very well, then you can definitely go ahead and refer this blog. Also, there are few blogs written by Microsoft you can refer with respect to AI Builder and with respect to Dataverse as well. And this is a Power Apps Maker it consists of everything. So you can reference this document. Let me just quickly go to this documentation so that I can show you. So yeah, this is Microsoft Dataverse documentation. And you can find all the detail guide. Whatever I explained, almost similar, you will find it in more detail here. And some more details on this. This is exact similar blog, which I explained it to you today. So you can find it here as well. And some points on licensing. I will not miss out this because you should definitely go ahead and read the licensing and pricing both for AI Builder and Dataverse. So for AI Builder, it is an add-on license, so it doesn't come with Power Apps licensing. You just have to pay more because it is a premium connectors. It is involved with premium models and it has a capacity involved as well. So only few number of models with few pricing. So you just go ahead and read that. And also for Dataverse. So Dataverse, which was previously called like previous it was called as common data service, now it is called as Dataverse. Okay, so Dataverse is also a capacity planning model. So you can assign Dataverse to few people, and you don't, if you don't want it to be accessible by everyone, then you can limit that as well. So yeah, this covers everything. And uh, as usual, thank you so much for this session. Thanks to the sponsors Microsoft and Pentara Technologies. Let me just quickly take up the questions if there are any. I can just go back to the screen.
Hello, hi, Shasti. This is Lalit.
Yes.
So Shasti, actually, I just know that in the AI builder, you have just shown that images and the PDF files only. What if the any organization want to process the docx files and the txt files as well? Because sometimes we have seen with the customer where they would give us the txt format of the same invoices. So can we leverage the same AI builder capabilities in order to extract the data from the docx and the txt file as well?
Okay, so to answer this question, I'll just quickly. So directly, if you're asking me, like directly to utilize CSV and docx, that is not possible because if you would have seen this model, it expects files in only few of the format. So let me just quickly edit this and show it to you. But you can play with your, for example, you can process your templates beforehand and then feed those files here in the format which is required, I would say. So let me just go ahead and quickly go to next screen. And when I create, when I just go to this collection, and you see the options which it gives me. Let me just see if it was it has like this documentation. Yeah, this was there, form processing. Here it is mentioned the file formats which is allowed. So CSV and docx, I'm not sure whether it allows this or not, but it definitely does. CSV it doesn't, but
Mhm.
Word files, yes, it does. For Word files, you can definitely go ahead and feed your Word files as well. You can do that. But for if you have CSV files, then you'll have to convert it into Excel and then feed it in here.
So you are saying the Excel and the docx and the PDF, JPG,
Yes.
and any kind of image file it is supporting. What
Yeah.
are the TXT file? Dot TXT
Which
file?
file? .php.
No, text file I'm talking about.
Okay, .txt. Oh, sorry, I
Yes.
didn't hear it properly.
Okay.
.txt. Oh, for that, I guess we'll have to use OCR. So this is not like for form processing itself. Let me just quickly go and check. OCR mainly supports text files.
But if it is already in txt file, I'm a little confused. Why would you want to use this kind of process
Want
to
to
process the data from it? Like from text file, a normal text file, I can import that text file and use my data from that perspective and use a different AI model and get the data from there, right?
So basically, the thing is that field. So if you have like a number of the TXT file, right, and if you just want to have a common function and entity, and from the that particular TXT file, if you just want to extract only couple of that information.
Correct, correct.
So
So
for the
exactly. So
yeah,
in that case, I would use a different AI model and feed TXT files and train that model to extract that those values, those entities.
but that means so we can't leverage the AI. hey,
No,
for
no.
the
You cannot use this. If you have to use this only and you want to go this route, this
yeah.
will be obviously a little bit more expensive. Then convert that txt file to an image file, like do a print function or something like that, and then process it here. You know?
That is what I just wanted to get. Thank you, Jasveer, because I have the separate business case, and in order to add on that, ST and Jasmeet, I have a again business scenario also. So if we
Mhm.
have a particular PDF file with the dynamic data, so as you can just see that demo which you have just shown to us, only a single page, right? But what will happen where we just need to extract the data from the multiple pages, but the PDF pages, number of the pages are not limited and are not fixed. So can we, so AI builder would be helpful in those interviews where we can't restrict the number of the pages and the dynamicity of the data.
Yeah, Lalit,
Sorry,
at this
your
point,
voice is breaking a bit, so sorry
Uh,
for that. Yeah.
Trusty, can
Yeah,
you
just
take his questions on the chat going forward, because we
yeah,
have
yeah,
another
yeah.
coming up.
Yes,
We
yes.
don't want to line up. So Lalit, can you put your questions on the chat, and we'll answer it over there. We have to
sure,
move on. We have a time limit for the another session. Anshu
sure,
is going to start her session next. So
sure.
let's
Yeah,
wait for it.
just Ansu is actually facing a technical issue, and she will be available in another 4 to 5 minutes time. So till that time, if there are any questions, we can discuss.
Yeah, so I'll just quickly take up the questions which I find in the chat window. So, is there any hard limit on the training document while it's been uploaded into collection? So, yes, there is a minimum number of documents which you have to give, which is five, and definitely there is a maximum number of documents also. So, which I'm not sure whether you just looked into it or not, but while I was just giving it here, it is around. Uh, adding up to 20. I'm not sure, but it is maximum 100 as far as I know. But I need to verify that. So minimum number, it is 5. Maximum, I need to check. So I hope that answers your question. Uh, can you please copy the URLs in the chat? I will definitely share some enterprise problems which can be solved. Generally, invoices format differ from vendor to vendor. So I guess I covered this as well. uh, Whenever your format differs, so you can create different collections for each format, and then it will always be tied up with one model itself. You don't have to create multiple models for it. You can tie up one collection for one format of your vendor. So I guess I covered that pretty well. So this is how you can go ahead and create collections for different vendor formats. I hope that answers your query. Yeah, if I miss out before, I'll just quickly pull up this references and paste it here as well. Any more question? Oh, sorry, this thing sucks. Um, yeah. And is there any limit on record with I can see more questions with innovators. Lalit, I'll get back to you. Is there any limit on record retrieve from database in Power Apps? Yes, if you are saying data verse, then definitely there is a limitation involved. Similar to SharePoint, definitely there is a limitation. Reference what other problems can be solved with AI builders. So what right now I just showed is only a single topic specific to form processing, but there are multiple models can be involved with multiple scenarios. So if you just come to this model page, and you will find there are sentiment analysis, OCR extraction. So handwritten notes, you can extract few of the information. You can just go ahead and explore this explore section, and you will find many scenarios. And definitely these are all the business use case scenarios. So these are not the ones, these are what Microsoft provides, right? Category classification, entity extraction. Form processing is just a part of this big huge bulk thing, I would say. And you can see here majorly these classifications are business scenarios as well. When you want to extract some entity, when you want to categorize or classify your data, when you're playing with data engineering or data specific thing, key phrase extraction, sort of language detection. So many times we want to detect language, we have a language specific use case. So I guess this itself sums up business scenarios. Like, I'm not sure what exactly you're looking out for, but uh, there are many business scenarios right from the models page itself. You can explore that. Yeah, I guess apart from this, I don't think anything else.